Cascade, Idaho. Hey guys, I'm on a mission to talk about the history of every single place on Earth. Let's talk about Cascade. Before Cascade existed, Long Valley was a seasonal travel and settlement landscape for indigenous peoples who moved through the North Fork of the Piat River for generations. This valley wasn't empty. It was used, crossed, and understood long before permanent settlement. Non-native entry began in the 1860s, driven by Idaho's mining economy. Packers and freighters moved through Long Valley to supply their inner gold districts. One of the earliest documented settlers, John Welch, established camps and crude structures, marking the beginning of Euro-American presence. By the late 1880s and 1890s, permanent communities appeared across Long Valley. Places like Van Wyck, Alpha, Lardo, and Crawford. These were ranching, farming, and supply settlements, all tied to mining traffic. A post office called Crawford opened in 1890, becoming one of the valley's key service points. At this point, Cascade did not exist yet as a town. Everything changed, though, in the early 1900s. Logging expanded rapidly, and the valley became strategically valuable for timber. In 1911, construction began on a railroad extension through the valley. By 1913, rail lines reached the area, instantly reshaping settlement patterns. Businesses, families, and institutions abandoned older towns like Crawford and Van Wyck and relocated along the tracks. That rail-centered town became known as Cascade. In 1915, the Crawford post office was renamed Cascade, cementing the town's new identity. 2 years later, in 1917, Idaho created Valley County, and Cascade, new, centralized, and rail-connected, was designated the county seat. From the 1920s through the mid-20th century, Cascade functioned as a logging and mill town. Sawmills would dominate employment, and timber defined daily life. Another transformation arrived during World War II. Construction of the Cascade Dam, completed in 1948, flooded much of historic Long Valley. Farms, ranches, roads, rail lines, and entire communities disappeared beneath what would become Lake Cascade. Families were displaced, highways rerouted, and the physical geography was permanently altered. In the late 20th century, though, logging declined. The Boise Cascade Mill in Cascade closed in 2001. Since then, Cascade has transformed into a government, recreation, and lake-oriented town. Today, Cascade exists because of railroads, timber, and a dam. It stands today in the last chapter of a valley that once held many other towns. Let me know if you live near or in Cascade, Idaho, and as always, follow for more history videos.